Hey everyone, welcome back to Solid Quest. I'm Ed, and today I want to show you a playthrough of Viticulture Essential Edition. This is a game by Stonemaier Games. It is a game about winemaking, about growing your own grapes, smashing your own grapes, doing your wine, and then selling it in being a successful wine producer and seller. Now, this is a game that has a solo mode built in. It has an automa deck for you to be able to play on your own against the automa. It's kind of a beat your own it is a beat a score game, not your own score, because the automa will be placed here at the 20-point mark, and all you have to do in the basic solo rules is to score higher than this to win the automa. Okay, so he is static here. Now you can increase your difficulty if you want. You can raise the automa's score, so you have to do even more points in order to win the game. There's a few variant changes that you can do to the automa to have a different experience from game to game, but the basic setup is like this. You put him on the 20-point mark, you start in the start, it's 0-point mark, okay, and you just have to score higher than 20 points. Okay, so the game is already set up for the solo play. So I will give you a very quick glimpse at the setup and the basic rules to play Viticulture. So you shuffle all of the decks, you place them on their spots. This is your grapes deck, this is your summer visitors deck, this is your orders deck. So this is orders that you will have to fulfill in order to win points, which is by selling wine. Okay, so we first have to produce the wine, then we can sell them with these orders. And here is your winter visitors deck. Why is there a summer and a winter? Because the board itself is also divided in two separate areas. The summer area, which are these yellow worker placement spots, and then the winter area, which are the blue worker placement spots. As you can see right here, the board has a little player aid to help you out. So there's 4 seasons, okay? You do well, in spring and fall, you're not doing actions with your workers, you're just having a few steps to set up for next season. So in spring, we choose our wake-up positions. I'll talk about that in a second. In summer, we put our workers in the yellow places, the yellow worker actions that you want to take. In fall, you draw 1 visitor card, so that's either the winter or the summer visitors. You can choose which one you want to draw. And then in winter, you again place your remaining workers in the blue spots. Now, this is a full year, okay, and your workers, they are shared through the whole year. So if you put all your workers in the summer actions, you won't be able to do any winter actions. So you have to juggle a little bit with these 2 seasons, and you have to see which actions are your priority, okay? And if the winter is your priority, then you have to save quite a few workers from the summer. You have to just use 1 or 2 actions and then save up for winter. And then this is the end of each turn. After you do all of these actions, you age all your grapes and wine tokens, so they age 1 year, they become better products. You retrieve your workers, you collect residual payments, I'll talk about that also later. You discard down to 7 cards, and you rotate the first player. In the solo rule, this doesn't apply. Okay, so this is the board setup for the solo. You take the 6 automa workers, you put them right there. They are waiting for automa orders. You put your little rooster token right here, next to the turn chart or season, the yearly chart. So the solo game takes place in 7 rounds, which represents 7 years, divided on those seasons that I just showed you. So what we do is we pick up our rooster and we are going to start 1 year, so we choose one of these numbers. They are numbered from 1 to 7, okay? They have these little beads here because, let's say, I want to start in this year, and I want this worker, this extra worker, okay? So I would put my rooster here. I would collect this worker for this year and also this bead. It will give me a bonus later on, and I will explain you what bonus that is, okay, as soon as it happens in the game. I mean, everything will be easier once you see the playthrough. I'm just going through a very quick glimpse of everything, okay? So I will explain when as soon as this happens as well. So in this board, this is all the setup you do. Just place your token in the start, place the automa in the 20 point mark, place the automa workers, your rooster, place the 7 beads in the 7 numbers, and the deck's right there. Now here is the automa deck. This is what will what will order the automa to do certain actions. They don't actually do the actions. The workers just occupy those spots, okay, so that you can't do the actions. So basically the automa is blocking you every single turn. This is just the lira that you will use in the game. I just have some money here in case I need to pick it up really fast. And then here is your board. So this is your vineyard, okay? These will be your cellars where you will be producing wine. These will be your crush pads, okay, where you crush your grapes, which will eventually be wine, okay? So you will eventually transfer grapes from here to your cellar, okay? This is, there's quite a few spaces here for buildings if you want to build stuff. This is a windmill. If you build it, whenever you plant a vine, you gain 1 victory point. So there's a few buildings here that you can build, and then you can take either take some actions, or they will give you some victory points or other type of bonus. These are your fields where we will be planting grapes. Okay, I will be explaining as we play a little bit better. Here you can plant some irrigation, and here a trellis. These 2 buildings are super important because most or quite a few of the grapes either ask for having irrigation in your vineyard or having a trellis in your vineyard. So we will most likely be building one of these, if not both of them. Okay. These are 2 cards that you draw for setup. This is your Papa card and your Mama card. They will decide which resources you have when beginning the game, okay? So they give you a little bit of replayability. They make each game a little bit different. You draw one from each deck, and then we turn it around like this, and we see which bonuses we get at the start of the game. Okay, so we've got Mama Jess and Papa Josh. Okay, so let's see what they are giving us to start the game. So Mama Jess will give us 2 workers. Okay, so we pick up 2 regular workers like this. If you notice, there's one worker that is bigger than the rest of them. This is your grand worker. I will explain what he does different in a while. Okay, but for now, let's pick up 2 of our regular workers and put them right here in the space of available workers. Okay, this guy's a little tilted. There you go. Okay, so Mama Jess will also give us a yellow card, which is the summer visitors, and 2 purple ones, which are the wine orders. Okay, so we draw 1 summer visitor. Okay, so we drew the patron. It allows us, when we play it, playing these visitor cards is an action that you can take on the board. Okay, you don't just play them from your hand, you have to take the action. So the patron says we gain 4 lira, or we can draw one purple card, which are the wine orders, and 1 blue card, which are the winter visitors. Okay, so we either gain money or we can draw some more cards. Okay, we can place it right here, and then 2 wine orders. Let's draw 1 at a time. Okay, so this order, this person wants us to sell him a red wine with at least 3 score quality, 3 quality, I call it quality, and a white wine with a 5 quality, okay? And he will give us for that 4 victory points and 1 of those residual payments. This means the residual payment that we go into this track right here, which I forgot to mention, you also put your little bottle token here during setup. This is your residual payment. Every time you gain either 1 or 2 residual payments, you will put your bottle on the marker and increase it as you gain more residual payments. And at the end of each year, you just collect the money that is here. So let's say in the first year, it's impossible, but let's say we did this wine order. I would then, as soon as I sell it, I would place my bottle on the number 1. And at the end of the year, I would collect 1 lira from this residual payment, okay? So this is one of the orders that we have, okay? So if we could, we need to get a 5 quality wine in our cellar. And our second order, okay? This guy wants a red wine with 4 quality, and he also wants a blush wine, which is this symbol here, with 4 quality. How do you do blush? I mean, the game, all the grapes are either white or red, but then you can combine grapes to do other types of wine. So you can do this one, which is the blush. You can do it combining a white and a red grape, okay? And there's also sparkling wine, which you can do, which is this one, combining either a white, not either, you have to combine a white and 2 red grapes to do this one, okay? So when we start the game, we start with a small cellar, so all we can produce in terms of wine is a red wine with up to 3 quality and a white wine with up to 3, okay? As we build these larger cellars, the big ones, so there's a medium one, which allows us to have more quality wine and also do the blush, which we will need. So we will need a medium cellar for sure. And then there's a large one which allows us to produce sparkling wine and also very high quality wines, okay? So these are the 2 orders that we have at the start of the game, okay? So we will try and go for it. This one seems to be easier at the start, so we will probably try and do this one first. Okay, so that was the bonuses from Mama Jess. Now let's take a look at Papa Josh. He will give us 3 lira, okay? So that's 3 lira for us. I'm going to put it right here. He will give us a grand worker, so this is the big one. I will explain, when we use it, I will explain his difference. And then he will allow us to build a medium cellar or have 4 lira. So if you remember correctly, medium cellar is this one, and we need it for our blush wine. So he basically is giving us the building or the money for the building. I'm going to take the building because he's saving us the action of having to build it. So yeah, we are taking our medium cellar, which is this little token here, and we are placing it on our board here. I will actually put it like this because maybe it's easier for you guys to see. Okay, everything. So yeah. Okay, so this is it. We've done all our bonuses from our mama and our papa. That's all they do in the game. They just influence your setup. So we can now remove them from here, okay, and get them right there. So we are all set to start the game, okay? So, as I said, the game takes place in 7 years, okay? So what we do first, we can look at this chart right here to help us out. In spring, we choose our wake-up positions, okay? So we're playing solo, so that's our wake-up position. So we are going to choose one of these bonuses, okay, for our first year. I always like to take the extra worker for the first year because we only have 3 and having another action right now would be very useful. So we pick up our rooster, okay, we put it right here. Now remember, there's only going to be 7 turns and we always have to put our rooster in a space that has a bead. It has to be a different space. We won't be able to do this action again. So we take this this bead. I'm going to place it right here. Okay. This will be a bonus we can use later on. I'll explain it later. And we're going to take this worker and put it right here. He's going to be available for us this year. Okay, so we will be able to do 4 actions. Okay, so we've done this. This was the spring action. And now it is the summer. So we place our workers. Automa places his workers first. He's going to block us, okay? And how do we decide which spaces he occupies? So we go into the Automa deck and we draw 1 card for the summer, and then we will draw another one for the winter. This is going to be bad already, I can tell. So how do we do this? We don't have the Tuscany. We're just playing the base game, okay? So there's a few entries that are going to have a little T on the upper left side. All of those entries are going to be ignored, okay? If there's no T, then we look at the colors. So Automa will block the summer actions that have a green or yellow color, okay? Unless they have that T I just mentioned. So there's no T here, so this is green, these are yellow, so it's the summer. He's going to take these 3 actions. If I had drawn this card in the winter, we would look at red and blue color actions. So he would only do 1. But it's summer, so he's going to block all of these 3. So build 1 structure. We're going to take the worker and we're going to place it on this build 1 structure. Okay, he just blocked this action. Sell at least 1 grape or buy sell 1 field. He just blocked this one as well. This is very bad because at the start of the game, summer actions are very much needed. And he also blocked our play a summer visitor space. Okay, so he blocked all of these 3 spaces. That was his turn. Yeah, let me just have it right here. That was his turn, and now we have to decide where to place our workers. So he didn't leave us much of a chance here. Okay, so we definitely need grapes, so we can start planting and making wine. We have 0 grape cards, which are these green ones. So that's what I'm going to go for right now. So that's definitely one of the actions we are going to take. And, okay. This one would be very nice as well. So, okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so I would love to sell one of my fields right now. Well, not right now, but it's an action I'm going to take. But let's first draw some grapes, okay? So what we do, we place our worker right here. So normally we would draw 1 green card, okay? But I'm only going to have 1 green, and I think I want some more. So I will actually use my little bead. Remember, this gives us a bonus, and I'm going to use it right away. Now, what is the bonus? The bonus is we can use this middle bonus right here. We use the grape, okay? This can only be done, so you spend the grape, it's done, and then we take the middle bonus, which is draw another green card, okay? Let's say I had placed my worker here. If I use the grape, this transparent bead, I'm sorry, I'm confusing you, this is the bead. If I use my bonus bead, I would get 1 victory point, okay? In here, I would plant another grape, and so on and so on. So right now, what I want to do is draw 2 grapes, okay? So this bead has been used. I'm just going to place it right here. And let's draw 2 of these. 1, 2. Okay, so what did we get? So we have a Pinot, which is a very basic one, and another Pinot, another basic one, okay? So very basic wine, grapes. So this is basically a quality one, both red and white, sorry, okay? And they both require the trellis, which, if you remember correctly, it's this building right here. Okay, so very, very, very simple grapes that we drew. We could use some better ones, but oh well. Okay, so that is done. Okay, we used our bonus. Now, what else do we want to do? Now, I would love to plant a grape right away. And I think I'm going to do that. Okay, So I am going to, we also want to build our trellis. Okay, so maybe we are going to do that. Okay, so if you notice, the automa has taken this build one structure action. So normally I wouldn't be able to choose it, but that's when our grand worker comes into place. So the big guy, he can make the same, he can make one action that has already been taken by the automa. Okay, that's his thing. So if the automa blocks a space that you really needed, you can still take that action with your grand worker. Now you only have one, so you have to carefully choose which of the actions you want to also take. But yeah, I'm going definitely for this one to build my trellis. Okay, so building a structure. The trellis here takes it costs 2 lira, so we are moving 2 lira, and we are placing our trellis right here. Okay, there you go. So now we can plant these Pinot grapes. Okay, and how do we do that? We take the plant action right there. Now, what else are we going to want to do? Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. So I am going to take one of these plant actions. Okay, so now we take one of the grapes. If I had my transparent bead, I would be able to plant both of them with only one action, but I don't, so I have to plant this. So now I have to choose which of the fields I want to plant it in. So they have a few different, one difference. So this field has a total value of 5. This is 6 and 7. So I can sell them for this value, for this much lira, or I can plant grapes on the fields, and the total cost of these grapes have to have a maximum of 5, 6, or 7. Okay, so my Pinot has only a total value of 2, so that's a 1 from the red, 1 from the white. So I think I'm going to want to plant both of these on the same field, so it will have a total of 4. And just so I have a little leniency, I'm going to put them right here on the 6. Okay, so I will have a spare value of 2 if I want to get something else on that field. Okay, so that was my plant action. And for the summer, I think I am pretty much done. I would love to have done this action as well, to sell one of the fields, but you can't have it all done in one go. Let me see if I want to, what else do I want to do here? Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good. So we are going to, yeah, let's go into the winter. Okay, so now it's before the winter, it's the fall, so we can draw one visitor card. Okay, now I have already one of the summer visitors. In the winter, there's only one action I need to take right now, which would be to harvest my field. If he happens to block me, I want to have an alternative, which will be to play my winter. So I want to draw one in the fall, and what I drew was the mentor. All players may make up to 2 wine. Draw for each opponent who does this. Okay, so I'm going to discard this card because it doesn't apply to the automa. Draw for each opponent who does this. He's not going to do it for sure. I'm not sure if this is one of those that you discard or not. The game instructs you that if you draw a card that mentions actions that are related to other players in the game, you just discard it and draw another one, and that's what I'm going to do here. Okay, Master Vintner. Upgrade your cellar to the next level at a -2 discount, or age 1 wine and fill 1 order. Okay, so there you go. Now we have 5 cards. We won't need to discard just yet. Okay, so now it's winter. Again, worker placement step. So we draw a card for the automa, and that's what he drew. So here's the little T I mentioned. Okay, so there are no red or blue spaces without the T, which means the automa will do absolutely nothing in this winter phase. So I am free to do my harvest right now. Okay, let's see if there's anything else of interest. I could draw another order card. I could draw another winter visitor, or play, sorry. I could harvest one field, which is what I think I'm going to do. I could make up to 2 wine tokens, which is you have to first harvest your fields. Okay, you go into your fields, you take out those 2 wine tokens, and you put them in your crush pad. Once it's in your crush pad, then you can make up to 2 wine tokens. Okay, I could train more workers, but I don't have the money to do that. And I can fill an order. I have no wine to fill them. Or I can gain 1 letter. No, I'm just going to harvest 1 field. There you go. Okay, so how do we do this? We choose the field. It's going to be this one. So this field has a 1 quality red and 1 quality white. So we take the beads. Sorry, forgot to take a few beads here to have them for the game. Okay, so there you go. So we take 2 beads and we place them on quality 1 red and quality 1 white. Okay, so that's our harvest 1 field. So we have no more available workers. We are done for the year. Year end, we age our grape and wine tokens. So these are going to be aged right away. So from equality 1 to equality 2. Okay, we collect our workers. We collect residual payments, 0. Discard down to 7. We're good, we don't have 7. And then a new year will begin. So let me pick my workers. Okay, so remember, this guy is unavailable for all the rest of the game. We already used that bonus. Okay, so I'm going to put my workers here and retrieve the automa workers, and we're good to go. So another year is about to start, and we can choose another bonus right now. Okay, so what am I going to choose here? You know, I think, yeah, this was kind of a misstep. I should have gone for this bonus at the first year. I didn't. It might not have been a great move on my part. Okay, so I think I will choose this, and I will draw a summer visitor. And I drew the surveyor. Gain 2 lira for each empty field you own. Okay, or gain 1 victory point for each planted field you own. Okay, so it's basically either a money or a victory point generator. I'm going to put my little token there. My area is kind of messy right now, but that is the life of a winemaker. It's very messy. Okay, there you go. So, kind of a little bit better. Now, so it's the automa. First, we chosen our wake-up positions in the spring. Now it's summer, so let's see where the automa is going to be placed. Okay, he is doing nothing this summer, which is great. Great, okay? Yeah, this is pretty great. Okay, so here we go. He does nothing, so we are free to roam around and do whatever we like. I'm thinking, do I want to play these? Okay, so this gives me 4 lira. This will pretty much give me... No, I think I want to keep this one. Okay, so definitely one of the actions I'm going to do is this. I'm going to sell one of my fields. Okay? Do I want to do this first, though? I'm not sure. No, actually, I want to draw. Let's draw another grape. Let's see what we get. A Sangiovese, okay. A very basic one again. This is not looking good. Although it will allow us to... Okay, so... Now let's plant all of this. Okay, so let's just plant all of our grapes in one go. Let's save us some actions. Okay, so I'm going to use this bead again, and I'm going to plant two grapes. And actually, I'm going to plant all of these right here. Okay, or will I? I'm not sure if this is what I want to do right now. Maybe not. Okay. Do I want to? So basically, I know I want to plant this one here. I'm not sure if I want this one here or on another field, because then I would be generating two different red tokens and not just one, which would be kind of basic. Because you can only harvest one field. The field can only be harvested once per year. Now, what do I want to do here? Am I just going all in on just one of the fields? Yeah, why not? Let's go all in one of the fields. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see and find out. Okay, so everything is right there. I'm betting everything on this field. Okay, and I'm doing no more actions in the summer. I'm good for now for the summer. So let's go for the fall. Now we draw one visitor card. I'm going to take a blue one. Assessor, gain 1 lira for each card in your hand, or discard your hand, minimum of 1 card to gain 2 victory points. Okay, so another victory point card. Let me get all of this here. Okay, so we're at 2 cards in our hand right now, which is not great. Okay, so it's Automa's turn, because we are going for the winter phase. Okay, so let's see where he's going to be placed. Okay, there's a red and blue, although this one has the T from Tuscany, so he's just going to harvest one field. That's all he does. Okay, so he will be placed here. I would love to harvest my field right now, but I would also love to get another worker. Although I think I'm just doing that later on. Yep. So yeah, I'm just going to harvest my field. I have my grande worker. I saved him up, so I'm going to place him here, and I'm going to harvest this field. So I'm getting, so what you do, you sum up all of the total. So this is a 3 red wine token and a 2 quality wine token. So you place the 3 here. Now, here's a cool situation. We already have a 2 quality white token. So what you do is you place the token, the bead, if you can, on the space before. So instead of a 2, we will produce only a 1. Okay, so this is just so we have more wine in here, so we can start filling up these orders faster. All right, so that was our placement for the year. Now, we age all our gripe and wine tokens, so they are going to be shifted right here. So this 3 becomes a 4, and this 2 becomes a 3. So there you go. They have this little effect here on the numbers. Kind of a zoom effect. Okay, that's it. This is the end of this year. We retrieve our workers, residual payments. I have 0. We discard down to 7, and then a new year will begin. Okay, so I am going to collect all of these workers. Here we go, and I will actually leave it here for now. I think we're good for for the start of our vineyard. I am afraid though that we haven't made another worker yet. I usually do it really fast, so I don't know how this is going to go. But yeah, if you want to know how this goes, be sure to check out playthrough video number 2. This was the start of our viticulture. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.